How's it going, everybody? Today we got the Raw recap for April 28th, 2014. We got the Go Home show for Extreme Rules. Let's get things started. So first off, we got John Cena coming down to the ring, steel cage all around, and John Cena's going to talk. He was all somber and everything, and talking about how he's sad and mad that the people decided for him to be in a handicap match, even though I think he said something about how they should vote. The only way he can get his hands on Bray Wyatt is to vote for him, but whatever. John Cena does what he wants to do. So then he talked about how he likes the future, and the future's bright. And then all of a sudden, the lights go out, and then some little girl starts singing the "Whole World in His Hands" song, and then more kids join in, and then they flash to the ramp. And there's a whole bunch of kids. It's the whole church choir of kids singing "The Whole World in His Hands." It's a little creepy. And then the lights go out again. And then Bray Wyatt and the family come out. And then he starts singing. And then the kids join in with them. Got the little bitty babies in his hand. Got the whole Scene Nation in his hand. And then all of a sudden, all the kids circle around the fence, or not the fence, the cage. And then all of a sudden, the lights go out. And then everyone got one of these on. Looking all creepy and stuff. $10. It's a good thing to scare the shit out of people with. So, got all these kids around the ring with the sheet mask on, just scaring the living crap out of people. And I thought it was a pretty awesome segment. And the only thing that kind of ruined it for me is like the angle that they had of the camera when they saw the kids rocking around the ring. Is like you can see them holding the mask behind their back, so it kind of ruined the surprise of them putting the masks on. I kind of wish like maybe they can go on the camera where you just see like you'd see the back of Cena's head, but whatever, and then you just see the kids walking around this way, and so you'd only see the front of them, you wouldn't see the back of them, and then you wouldn't see the mask, so it'd make the surprise a little bit more better for them, even though whatever. So we got the tag team championship match for the Uso brothers against Ryback, and the story of this match was one of the Usos, I think it was Jay, or I don't know, Jimmy and Jay, the twins, they look the damn same. I don't think it's not the one dating the Funkadactyl. I don't think it's that one. He did they both of them did dive, and then he got his ankle hurt or his hammy, something like that. So then he was playing up the injury, and then he gets through it, and then they make a blind tag. Somebody hits Axel hits a perfect plex, but he didn't see it, so then the Usos splashes on him. 1, 2, 3 for the win. So Usos retain in 11 minutes, 55 seconds on the dot here. So we got that. And then RVD talks about, or Paul Heyman told Cesaro about RVD and stuff like that. So planting seeds for later on in the show. And Sheamus comes out, and apparently on the app, Titus O'Neil says there's going to be a new Titus O'Neil. So Titus O'Neil attacked Sheamus from behind and just hitting him all over the place, throwing him. And then he comes in, the match starts, and then he gets bro kicked and loses. It's kind of like the Paige AJ match. All Sheamus needed was his finishing move, and he won. But don't know what that was supposed to be. 35 seconds is the official time for that match. Grade A show, grade A match right there. So, then after that, then the Hugh Jackman from the Wolverine and the X-Men movies. I don't really watch the movies, but I know who he is. He comes out, and last time he was on, he punched Dolph Ziggler, and he was with Zack Ryder, and they didn't even really mention Zack Ryder. They just focused on Dolph Ziggler. And then Damien Sandow came out in Magnetos. I'm not a comic book guy. He comes out in a Magneto costume, and then he talks all this crap, and he pretends like he has magnetic powers. And then Hugh Jackman's like playing along with them, and then he's like, "No, it's not really working." And then he gives him a hip toss, and then Ziggler gives him the zigzag, and then everybody's one happy family. Yeah, it was really corny. I thought it was going to be a little better than that, but what can he do? It's kind of like the Michael Strahan one. That was, I don't know, the Michael Strahan one was pretty bad. The Hugh Jackman one might have stole the show, as my boy Zack Ryder, that guy over there, would say. So, we got another Cesaro and Jack Swagger match. And once again, Cesaro wins in 3 minutes and 15 seconds. great long match here on a 3-hour Raw. And what happened was there was some shenanigans on the outside, and Paul Heyman was grabbing on Zeb Coulter's beard, and then Cesaro hits him with the German suplex that it didn't look, well, the German was fine, but the cover and him holding onto him while he's pinned didn't look all that hot. And so that's how he won. And then, like, all of a sudden, Jack Swagger just got up. And, like, you can totally tell if he really wanted to, he could have kicked out. It wasn't, like, a real leverage pin or anything like that. So, what you gonna do? So, then we got Cody Rhodes against Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio won. Nothing real fancy here. Skip forward to that match. And Cody Rhodes and Goldust playing off more the Brotherhood dissension. No match announced for that, so slow burn, maybe the next pay-per-view. I don't know when the next pay-per-view is. So then Rusev came out, destroyed Xavier Woods, or he didn't destroy him. Actually got disqualified, so example, Rusev still has his winning streak going. R-Truth was accompanying him to ringside, and then he saved him. So they played up that if they team together, then maybe they have a chance against Rusev, but I highly doubt that. So then Drew McIntyre and Heath Slater against Los Matadors, and 3MB actually won a match. Mark it down on the calendar. 3MB won. So they're setting up a tiny LC match, something like that. Mini LC, something like that, where it's Hornswoggle and El Torito in a TLC match, but it's tiny LC because they're midgets. So it's on the kickoff show, I heard. That's going to be fun. Midget wrestling. So then, after that, Stephanie McMahon comes out. She talked about how she's sorry and she wanted Daniel Bryan to come out. And then she was saying how she's sorry and how she feels for Brie, because Brie came out with Bryan. And she knows how Brie feels because she was in many hospital rooms and ambulance rides with Hunter when he would go and get hurt and stuff. And she understands the pain of being a wife with the wrestler who's champion. And then she tried to make it up to them and give Brie a Divas Championship match, which, thank God, Brie had all her wrestling gear on, or else I don't know what would have happened. She would have had to wrestle in her dress. Isn't that such a coincidence? So then Brie and Paige have their match, and then Kane's pyro hits, and everyone goes all batshit crazy, gets scared, and then everyone's looking where Kane's at. Where's Kane's at? Because the entire throughout the show, they did this silent pan to where the mask with the glass in it, or the mask inside the glass, and they would show it, and then they'd stop, and then they'd show it right before they cut to commercial break before the match, the Divas match started, and then Kane's mask wasn't there, so that means the demon's unleashed, and then Kane pops out through the ring and tries to grab Brie Bella, and Brie Bella's the best actress in the entire world, and she's selling it, and she's trying to crawl away, and Daniel Bryan hits him, and then Kane pushes him out, and then he hits him with a wrench, and then they scoot away, but then Kane gets him back, and then he hits him with he hits Bryan with a choke slam, and now he's on the stretcher, and for some reason, after he hit the choke slam, Brie, after she was outside the ring, and Bryan was on the edge of the apron, on the edge of the ring, all she had to do was just drag him out, basically, but she went into the ring, went around Bryan, so she's more into the middle of the ring, to go check on him, and then she just turned around and looked at Kane and started scurrying away at Kane, and Kane almost attacked her again. So, great at acting by Brie Bella. Don't quit your day job. So, Renee Young did an interview with Cena. Cena goes all preacher mode and stuff like that. Made a donkey joke because he's going to put his foot up his ass. I don't know why he put a foot up a donkey, but that's Cena's business. And Brian and Brie were in the medical facility, the doctor's office, and Stephanie comes in and talks and acts, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know this stuff, and then Brie calls her a bitch, and Dana Bryan says she's going to be at Extreme Rules, so no fear, Dana Bryan's going to be at Extreme Rules against the highly profile Kane match. In Extreme Rules. At Extreme Rules, in an Extreme Rules match. Watch out. So then we got the finals and the Intercontinental #1 Contender Championship match, whatever you call it. Bad News Barrett against RVD, and RVD, the story throughout the entire show was RVD not trying to get back at, but they kind of was planting seeds that Zeb Coulter wanted to team up with RVD to get at Cesaro and Paul Heyman, but RVD was like, nah, lone wolf over here, I don't do that stuff. So in between them, or during the match, then Cesaro comes out, tries to get at RVD, and then Jack Swagger comes out, and then this whole schmaltz on the outside, and then RVD's always about to hit a frog splash on Barrett, but then Cesaro comes, he kicks him, and then he goes to hit the frog splash. Barrett puts his knees up, hits him with a bullhammer. 1, 2, 3. Barrett is your #1 contender for the IC title. Will face Big E this Sunday, and so apparently it's going to be a triple threat match with Cesaro, Jack Swagger, and RVD. We're going to get to predictions whenever that time comes. So, here we go. And then, let's see what else we got this in. The Shield cut a promo. It was pretty cool. They were backstage, and then it was all weird light and stuff like that. They were being badasses like they always are. And then Evolution came out, all in their fancy dapper suits. And then poor old Randy Orton's all naked because he's about to have a match with Roman Reigns. And then the Shield come out, and then Ric Flair's music hits, and then Ric Flair talks about St. Louis a little bit, and how he's been traveling up and down the roads partying with Four Horsemen, partying with Evolution, and then he plugs, or he says, he basically endorses the Shield instead of Evolution, and then he just gets out the ring, doesn't even stay ringside, he just leaves, I don't know, maybe he had to catch a flight somewhere, maybe he had to go party, I don't know, had a dinner reservation. So then the match between Roman Reigns and Randy Orton started, and when Ric Flair endorsed he endorsed the Shield, there wasn't much of a reaction. I don't know if they were shocked or, it's a 3-hour Raw. They've been there for almost 4 hours, 5 hours, and they just want to get the hell home. So we got the match started underway. Nothing real fancy here. Ended in a schmoz, as you would expect, the week before the pay-per-view. I just cannot talk right now. Evolution was attacking the Shield, and they were getting the upper hand, and then I was like, oh, they're just going to destroy the Shield. They're just going to destroy the Shield, so then the Shield can win the next week, or on Sunday. And then the Shield come back, and then they stand tall, they hit the chairs, and all that good fun stuff. So the Shield standing tall over Evolution to close the show. And personally, I think I'd rather want to see the John Cena segment with the singing children to end the show, but maybe those kids have bedtimes. They can't be staying up past 11 o'clock because I got school tomorrow. Especially if they go to them church schools. You got some, curfews or whatever. So that is the Raw review today. We got predictions coming either Tuesday or Wednesday, but definitely before Wednesday. So until next time, we'll see you guys later.